Wait, I'm just gonna lower it this because I don't want to tear your ears apart. But yeah, it's just a silly mistake for myself. It's just that's the thing. Like I oh my god, like a sound system basically plugged into my. Is it too loud? Plug into my sound card, and for some reason, like this weekend, I actually like unplugged it, and unplug my headphones and then plug like another stereo in it, and yeah, basically like now I was like talking to my mic, but basically my headphones were like unplugged. So, and since I'm not like putting any music or anything like that in my headphones, there was like no way to know. So yeah, just kinda. So now that's cool. Now I can talk to you guys. It was like kind of creepy talking to myself. So yeah, so basically just a small recap. uh you know this streaming session is like I'm gonna do like this week and next week, and then after that I'm gonna take like a break for probably July and August. I'm gonna take like some vacation, but at the same time it's gonna be like the kind of season 2, which I'm planning like to kind of change things up. Like I just wanted like to. It's been almost like a year since I've been like streaming like with Pixologic and with my own channel. So I want to see if I can actually just bring it up like to a level further and have like something a lot more. I don't know, like something different, like maybe something that hopefully will improve your whole audience interest. So yeah, so that's one of the plans. And of course, if you got like any suggestion or anything like that, I'm always open to that. So you can reach me out on the. If you look at the bottom, there's like my website. There's all the names that you can look for on the social media platform. So it should be like pretty easy to reach me out. So yeah. So I keep saying so. It's kind of annoying. What I did this week is just like just to recap, because last week I wanted to open up that scene and for some reason it was like too heavy or something, so I like to do like a quick speed sculpt of Genji, which was like all right, but yeah, it was just like to fill in because of that mistake, and now I was like able to recover it. And basically what I did this week was just like I've continued like to work on some of the parts, but that's the thing, like just to recap, since I'm actually like doing this model in pose and not because I like it's just like a challenge for me just to actually see if I can actually discover like new things by doing this. I'm trying like to go more traditional, which I kind of pose the model in a really rough shape, and then from there I start like adding detail. So I'm not really using symmetry, or I'm using it for some of the parts, but I'm not using it as a literally like I'm working on this leg and then it works on the other one. I know that there's like opposable symmetry that you can use, but 99% of the time I just like break it because I do like zero mesh or whatever like dynamish. So one of the thing that I try like to do, since I don't have like that symmetry on, and of course like it's super easy to just like break like the length of my leg and stuff like that. I start like using all my parts as measurements. So let's just say like over here I did like those kind of stripes on this leg, which like the measurement like for this is like my reference for like the leg. That's what I want. Since she's a female, I kind of like having her like her limbs like longer, maybe not slimmer, but I just feel like it's more elegant like for a woman and all. So I want like for like a longer limbs, and basically like the the quadricep and that upper knee area would be like that length. So from there I will use all of those parts as measurement for the other one. And right now we can already see that this part is like way too short compared to this one. And if you look from like this point of the knee to, let's just say like you know I'm just gonna try like to find like a good reference point, but it's, let's just say like this Y, if you look at the center of it right now, like I've just duplicated and then flipped it, and you could see like it's way too short. Okay. Maybe not, you cannot maybe like see it like super easily because it's kind of a mess, but yeah, basically, and I'm gonna be readjusting. But right now I kind of jump between the two of them because while I was like just sketching freely, I kind of find like kind of cool details like on this leg that were not on the other one. So I want to kind of use them and apply them for the other one. So right now I only isolated this part, extracted. So I'm gonna work on it, and I'm just gonna show again what I'm doing to use the symmetry. So I'll use the gizmo. I didn't ask, but I hope everybody's alright and ready to have some fun. Okay, so I was like trying out something, but seems it doesn't work. So roughly I'll just position my pivot, move this, and then what I'm trying to do is just like to find the center of the world. So usually like I'll put my floor. So only like the green line should be enough. So that's pretty much my center. And I'm just gonna try to align it more or less like in the center of the world. Of course you can always lower it down. So I'm kind of using the grid as a reference point just to align like everything straight. So that's why I'm not just like doing the local symmetry, because I wanted like, since it's our surface, I kind of have like, I like to have like a point of reference. And right now you can see like it's pretty messy, so but it's alright. So from there I'm just gonna do like a same zero measure, same side. And I didn't check, but I think basically I will activate like symmetry if it's not all already on, just to be sure like both sides look identical. No, it wasn't on. So okay, so and I'm gonna lower it even more. So right now we're at 6K. So let's try 3. Okay. So I'm gonna isolate it just for speed's sake. Okay. And then what's cool is like we can always go in and use the sculptress. This kind of detail, I did like a part before, which was, I'm just gonna take a snapshot as a reference. That's a messy Z tool for sure. Those thumbnails sometimes they're so hard to see. I really want to show you that because that's one of the main. That's definitely a part of the one of the design looks, or design. Kind of forgot the name I was like looking for, but like basically those fins with that kind of shape. That's something that I kind of like, and I'd like to keep around, like to put them like here and there. So yeah, basically sometimes what will I do, like I know like some artists like to take a screenshot and put them in the viewport. For me, like since I like my UI is like pretty much packed, like I'd rather like just put it in my second monitor as reference, and I just use like the snip tool from Windows, which nothing fancy, but at least I can make a snapshot and then can go back to my part. So annoying. There you go. So isolate again. So we'll clean this thing up. So you guys are pretty quiet tonight. Did I lost you again? my sound is still on. Can't believe, like, every time there's like a sound issue, it's crazy. And right now, since I'm using like the Sculptures Pro, like it's still adding some polygons where it needs to, so I'm just like refining it, and I'm sure like this way everything got like enough polygons so it's not like looking kind of like it's missing some. So another one which is actually pretty cool is the trim dynamic. More aggressive, but still pretty efficient. And sometimes I use even the sorry. Sometimes I even use like the image cut. They're not like default. I think you can, if you look, I think on ZBrush Central you can find those brush. But yeah, sometimes they can be cool, like to do like, well, maybe this is like too low res, but to do like some kind of hard line, like I'm gonna show you later once we get like a little bit more resolution. It's kind of hard surface, robotic, kind of industrial kind of line, instead of, because I feel like the them standard, even if I use it for hard surface, it's sometimes it's more like fleshy, just because it got like that soft kind of trail between the, well, it's not really like a V shape, it's more like kind of a round. I don't know how really how to explain that, but you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. So once again, looking for happy accident, which I just found like one. That was like not planned, but so since I like my parts to be, well, I try like to give them like a realistic look. I everything that will be like kind of screwed together or assemble, I like to detach them and make them live on their own. So like this part will come apart. One of the things that is actually pretty cool is I don't know if you guys actually ever saw like that brush. It's you need like to go to the your brush, basically right now it's in French, sadly, but it's in ZBrush, like startup brush preset, and then you go look for trim, and there's one called trim all, and what the thing that it does, it's just like you can trim a hole, but with an angle. So let's just say like instead of going like straight flat, I'll just like fill this in, and then I'm still using like the Sculptris Pro, because sometimes like this hole, like if you don't do that, it's like it's sometimes like it needs so much definition that all the inside over here, like if I look at the topology, like it all gets stretched. Yes, you get the result, and of course you could like always like increase the subdivisions, but you'll still have that thing, that messy thing. But if you use the Sculptris Pro, then you shouldn't have like this, like something as bad as that. So yeah, so like with this, it can be like used for. And yeah, my trick is just like you just like keep pushing up until you get like something nice. But and I know that this stuff can be done like in booleans, but once again, like just for the speed sake, I think that's like pretty efficient. So I'm gonna just leave this for now, and I'm just gonna continue what I was doing. So right now, like I don't need the floor anymore. It was just like for alignment, and since now everything is aligned, I won't clip through. Hey Chris, man, it's been a while, my man. I hope you're still living the life to the fullest. See, like sometimes I'll just shut it off because it creates like that messy kind of outline. But yeah, does it need to be perfect? Because I'm using the deform here, the polish by, you know, there's different type of polish that you can use, but I just want to have like something that it's look like it's designed. And right now you don't see it, sadly, because it's once again like I should redo, like every time that you know Pixologic released a new ZBrush, like the UI kind of changed, and now like my UI seems to be like way too small. But yeah, basically I'm using the IQ curve, which is, I never remember where it is, right over here. So yeah, like this gives you like kind of a sharper, you can be like sharper stroke. So this is without it and this is with it. Well, we can barely see it, but yeah, wait, I'm just gonna amplify it. Yeah, maybe I don't have like enough resolution. I'm just gonna try with this on. And this is without. Wow, no, we I guess it doesn't show up at all on this, but yeah, if I go back to the move tool, basically you can move like this big mass, but if you use it with the IQ curve, sorry for the guys who actually heard that before like many times, I'm kind of repeating myself all the time, but yeah, it's just like it's, you know, you got like those fairy ends that just moves those bits, like it's super like practical to do like just like little kind of adjustments, and I use it like all the time. And from there you can always like try out like things, but yeah, I'm just gonna try like to finish this design. Once again, like since you know this part is gonna be like pretty small on the overall knee, I don't want to overdo it, because it's easy like when it's isolated like this without like the rest of the model, you don't have like the full context of the character, so you just like go in and then you start like adding full of detail, but then after that I feel like you don't know where to look at. It's like overwhelming by detail, and You know, some might like that, but for me, I'd rather like almost like do like a composition of detail. It's like the just like the what they do with concept artists. You know, like basically they'll guide your eye through the details and where you want to look at. So I try like to do the same thing with eyes, with the I mean the lines and the detail. So and this is like kind of an ongoing process. It's not like something that I define as soon as I start sculpting. Since the reason why I don't extract it like right now is just because since I got like another kind of I got like other I still got like geometry. I can go in or go out. If I just like work on the edge like this without any geometry, it's kind of super hard. Like it's in a way it's a good thing when you're doing art surface and you don't want like your borders to move. But when you're sculpting and like detailing and finding what kind of detail you're putting in, it might be annoying. So that's why I kind of define it like this. So yeah, Chris, man, we're working next to each other and we never see each other. So of course, you know, it would be cool to catch up. So yeah, it's just like it's a little thing, but I like some kind of a hard line in there, just so it look like kind of high tech or. And to be honest with you, I don't really know where I'm going with this. I'm just like kind of looking at the overall, like what shapes can actually stick out, and then I'll just try like to look like, you know, that's why you see me like go in, go out, turn like spinning around, just actually to look if it makes like any sense. So you guys are working on something like personal project, print, whatever. I'd like to hear about it. That would be cool. What about you, Chris? Are you working on something? Quick save time. Damn, that takes a while. And like always, always like to know where uh, where you guys are from. So if you want to share, I would love to hear it. And I'll make the first steps once again. I'm currently streaming from Quebec City in Canada. See, like I did like this thing over here. I think I'm gonna bring it back right over here just to have something that repeats. And it's kind of like opposing, like those shapes are complementing like this angle, which might be cool. Hey, what's up, David? Oh, cool, Indonesia. KL, Malaysia. Yeah, I don't know. Is it like a sculpture company? So not too bad. So if I bring back like my rough sketch, you know, I look at those parts and I look at mine, you know, we got something going on. It's just like this thing, which is, you know, right now it's not looking exactly. But I don't know what happened, but I think I just lost my screenshot. It's all right. Yeah, I wanted to show it, but yeah, it felt like this bit was supposed to. Was like more something like that, I guess. So okay, and then since it's I wanted to be I was like about to do like a hole in it, but I think I'm gonna wait. Just gonna finish this first, and I'm gonna do the hole only once I did like the remesh. So yeah, I think it would be nicer if it would taper a little bit more, just to you know, to recall what we've done. Nah, okay, that's cool. Ah, nice, David. We'll probably have like some friends in the that we know since I knew like a lot of people working at the Bol Negative. But that's the thing, like I'm so bad of keeping track of where everybody is because people are like switching jobs in Montreal so often. But that's great. Right now, yeah, right now, no, I don't freelance. I just, this is like my personal projects. You know, I try to do like my own thing, but no, Well, at the current time, I don't. I still work at I work for Ubisoft, and you know, like they just announced like our game at the E3 last week, which is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So yeah, I'm working on that as a character artist. Okay, so I think that should be it. I just don't want to spend like an awful amount of time on this since it's gonna be remeshed. So what I'm trying to do is just like to mask the top part of that piece. Doesn't need to be perfect, but at least I'm trying to catch my angles, and of course everything that I did in the middle. So this should be all right. Okay, let's go for that. So I'll extract it, put it to 0, do smooth, extract. So it's exactly like it was before I extracted everything. It didn't really change. I'm just gonna, yeah, I don't want to hide it, but yeah, I just wanted to show you like quickly. It's still like perfectly sitting on top of the other one, and then for some reason when I do that, because it takes like the gradient from my mask and takes like a little bit more than I need, I'll group my mask, which is like a lot closer to my selection, and then isolate the polygroup and then delete hidden, and then then I start like having something closer to my selection, which is still just my top plate. And right now, what do we do with that kind of noise? Well, there's like two things that I like to do. It's just like, because right now it might be like super destructive, so what I'm gonna do is just like freeze it, subdivide it 2 times, freeze it, so it kind of save my high detail, instead of just doing like a morph target, which you would use only like the current topology, the current like kind of poly count to save the detail. This will actually increase. Well, I'm just gonna show you instead of talking. So right now I'm gonna go with crisp edge. Sometimes I play around with groups or features depending on what's the how good the result is. So if I go by group, basically what I'm trying to check is like how much borders are being cleaned versus how much the center is affected. So, but once again, since I did like a freeze, it shouldn't be like that bad. So I'm just gonna try to clean it up. Maybe like I went a little bit too far, but yeah. So once it's clean, I'll go for a lower poly count. What's cool is like if everything is working according to the plan, everything is being saved with my freeze, so I can actually lower it down. The only kind of dangerous part about that is like if you go like too low. Since I only got like 2 other subdivisions, so let's just say I go for 1K, and I'm let's just say subdivisions like multiply by 2, you know, and I will go 1K. Of course, like subdivision level 2 will be 2K, and then 3 will be 4K. So in 4K, before I freeze, I should have checked, what's the poly count, and at 4K, how does it look? Because it will of course only retain detail at the 4K poly count. So yeah, it's not too bad. It could be better, but we're gonna work on that. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to spend like too much time polishing everything, because I knew that at this point I would need like to go back and fix some of the things. Once again, I can try by features. Oh, see, now it's getting cleaner and cleaner. And of course, like let's just say we go for this, okay? So see, like now we kind of retain like pretty much of the detail that I had before, but at least we got, you know, it's not perfect, but we got still like that cleaner borderline. So from there I could always go in and just clean it even more. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, I'm just gonna try to make it more clean and just remove that kind of edge, because the main thing is like I'm gonna do a shell, and then after that I will probably like kind of play with the Z modeler. That's one of the things that I don't do like often during the stream, but I find it like so useful. And that's something that I feel like there's a lot of people missing out on that. And hopefully you guys will be able to see what you can do with it and then experiment on your own. Just like trying to keep my sharp edges. And right now, since I don't have like my IQ curve in my sidebar, I don't know if it's activated or not, so but now I see it. So I'll try not to do any 90 degrees because I feel it's nicer when it's not at 90. Okay, and then well, I think it will be too much if I start like sticking this out. Like already, it was almost look like a like creature-esque. I think I'm gonna just keep that. I like that. Okay. So, okay, I still got thickness over here. I'm gonna try to put this as flat as I can. Did any of you watch the E3 this year? Any game that you really liked? You know, personally, I think, you know, Last of Us is just like mind blowing. And yeah, Death Stranding, man, I love Kojima. Like I always been like a huge fan of Metal Gear and the Shinkawa artwork. And but man, like Death Stranding, I don't know. I don't know what to think. You know, I'm sure it's gonna be like original, but I don't know if it's gonna be fun. I was like kind of disappointed a little bit, like in Phantom Pain. I thought, you know, the game was like super well made, but story-wise, man, it was just, well, it felt like unfinished. And I know that they got like this hidden chapter and all, but yeah, with all the struggle that they had with between Konami and Kojima, I guess that's why. Oh yeah, you bet. Cyberpunk. Yeah, that's the thing. Like we barely see anything from the game, but everybody, I think they just like made like such a cool. I mean, the trailer was awesome, but I mean, like the whole marketing part of just like getting journalists and then saying they played game behind closed door, and then like media just came out and they were just like, oh man, the demo was like so amazing, and like people were just like, and I think this actually built up like even like a bigger hype, which is, yeah, I cannot wait to play. And of course, you know CD Projekt Red got such a good reputation like for polishing their games and all, with like Witcher, and I'm sure like they won't disappoint. So I'm sure like they feel the pressure, but at the same time they can put it off for sure. And that's what's cool about it is like it feels like it's definitely like a, I guess, the Poland or Polish influence, but it's, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring the game with like a total different kind of art style, and even like the style of game, I would say. Like it's over here, like it's, I don't know, the fact that it's like from a country that got like different influence and like to the US. I feel like they can clearly bring something new to the table, which I'm sure it's gonna be awesome. So okay, so that should be it. So right now, one of the things I want to do is, since I don't want to work with like so many many polygons, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna be sure I'm flattening out everything. It's still like my base mesh like this still needs to be low. So what I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna see if I can, yeah. See, like right now I'm destroying my detail, so I guess I'll do just like I did before. Wait, I'm just gonna, so I'll go same. Right now I'm at, okay, 11k. So see, remesh it. So at least I got like a topology that follows, the edges, and then, well, yeah, more or less I guess. But I'm just gonna refine it. Should be already like much better, but I can always like subdivide it more. Okay, so I'm trying like to find the perfect balance between detail, and that's why you don't want to over detail this part, but I got like some kind of weird artifact. I think I'm gonna revert that, and okay, I think we'll just go with this. I'm gonna delete the lower, and then uh, panel loop. But yeah, the only thing I was like kind of disappointed about Cyberpunk, but I'm saying that, but I didn't even see like the game, so I don't want to judge too quick. But it's just like I was like kind of expecting like it would be third person. I kind of really like, God of War. Well, since I'm a character artist, of course I like characters, and I think God of War was just amazing. Like to see Kratos, like all the detail and all, I was just like, like switching armors, the fact that you see your characters like up front. So I was like hoping it would be like Witcher 3, but like in a cyberpunk, which we see like the character in third person, which from what they said it was like in wow, okay, that looked pretty bad. I guess I'm gonna smooth the borders, but yeah, you're gonna play first person because they said it's more immersive, but I mean, like they got such a cool characters. I would have loved like to customize mine and see how it looks. And even the car, I mean, the car looks so badass. It looks like a mix between, I don't know, like a Ferrari and a Ford Falcon, like Mad Max drove. So yeah, it just felt like pretty unique. So yeah, I'm just so hey Angelo. Uh I guess there is no secret. Just make some and expose yourself. I mean, I think uh I think the more you learn about the process, the better you are. But once again, like I to be honest with you, I do my own projects and I print them, but I don't work. Uh, I'm not like a I don't know how to say that, but I'm basically I work in the game industry, so I don't do this as if I'm living. But I know that like many, from what I saw, like I see like many do like stuff like Warhammer figurines, like they do like Kickstarter project, or they just join in with a board game kind of project like on Kickstarter, and then they start like doing their miniature. And yeah, this seems to be like quite trendy these days. But I think like anything, it's just like, I guess the game industry. If you want to make like AAA character for Mass Effect, then do like, in-game characters with a sci-fi look, and try to do as many as you can up until you can actually reach that game kind of quality. So I guess I'll have no choice but just to go even lower than that. I was like, trying to keep those, but I think I'll need like to get rid of them, sadly. So let's go for one. But one of the things that I might do though, wait, since I'm working in symmetry, I might just isolate this. Wait, isolate this, delete, and then I'll work only on one side. So maybe like the polygon optimization will be better. Who knows? Yeah, that's no good. I'm gonna try with shift. Sometimes it gives you like it's supposed to be another kind of calculation. It's supposed to give you like different result, but man, I got like such a hard time getting that crease in. Sucks. So, but yeah, the main idea is like you try to go kind of low to be easy to work with, and even like with the Z modeler, kind of like easier to manipulate. I got like something funky going on over here. Okay, and then hey Raman, no, I'm not making part of element. It's like part of a knee pad. Well, yeah, part of a knee. So okay, so I'm just gonna continue. Now I'm gonna try the panel loop. Hopefully it will work and not be super ugly. Yeah, it's alright, I guess. like to fix those corners, but just want to bring back my shape. Okay, and then I'll need like to fix those parts. Yeah, I guess the more complex you go, the harder it's like to use that technique, but we'll try something else just in case it works. So delete hidden, and instead of going, I wonder if the okay, so yeah, we're still having the same issue with the corner. So I guess I'll need like to see, like I'm learning as at the same time as you guys about this. So this seems to be alright. And okay, there's still something going on over here. Oh, there you go. So let's go crazy with ZModeler. One of the things that we'll do, like you saw, like everything was inverted, so on purpose I will just I got my buttons over here. Flip it. Okay, and then I'll go back. Okay, so now I got my crease like you saw, guys. The crease is still on. But one of the things that I didn't do was like more like to test out, and still like I can still push back my poly group just to be sure it's will stay even, or at least like it's getting through the surface. So once again, I'm using the curve and I'm just like tapping that thing. So I'm gonna delete the higher, go back to ZModeler. I'm gonna pick an edge, and I'm gonna do crease, an edge, And I'm gonna go for every corner that I want to keep crisp. Just gonna shut off the So now I got my creases on, and before I start subdividing everything, I might like go in and just accentuate like the corners, because right now, since I did like a zero measure on top, it kind of and the polish, it kind of destroy all my hard corners. So I just want to bring like the still like that hard corner, hard surface kind of part. So once again, I'm playing with the AccuCurve and the move tool. So okay, and then now I can divide it, still keeping my corners, and then if I go back to my trim hole, So I'm gonna bring back my friend on the other side. Delete lower, flip it, then construct. Get back to. That's one of the things. Like many of the, if I move a part or if I merge a part, I'll try like always like to keep it to the maximum level, because sometimes in the past, maybe not in 2018, but in the past, like when I was like merging at the lower subdivision level, then I would increase my levels and it would be like messed up. And so now like if I just like merge at the maximum level, it retains the detail and it retains my subdivision levels. So now I still can work like in symmetry. Tell me if I, went too fast, or you want me like to redo it. So let's go back to my Dremel. One of the thing that I often do, like I like, if I do like screws like that, usually like if it would be in real life, they would pretty much use the same screws all over. So I try like to, you know, usually I get like a notepad or something, but like right now I'm in dynamic and at 8, and I will note that value because yeah, sometimes like I will like a day or a week later I'll go and work on another part and I'm just like, which bolt size did I use again? And once again, like it's just like create I think like another layer of real life kind of build. Just trying like see where it could look cool. And yeah, I like it because it's fast and just doing like a quick barely touching my pad just to clean up a little bit like inside, like I've shown you earlier how weird it looks sometimes. So that could be like my part for now. Let's go with this one. You guys are still with me? Everybody's watching but nobody's talking. Should I be worried? Or that's a good sign? Or or maybe I should put like the sound off once more. Maybe like my voice is kind of annoying. So you guys tell me. Once again, I'd like to remind you guys that I got my reference sheet next to me, which is right now it's not even open. Oh yeah, it's open. It's it's in its quick save time, so it's a good time to show you that. It's like it's huge. Like I got all kind of sculptures. Some are like used as benchmark, others like as idea, or I got like bodies, yeah, it's gigantic, and usually like I don't have like any restraint on it. You know, I like to go all out, and for me, it's more. I don't like to call it like a reference page because I'm not really referencing any of that. It's more like an inspiration page, which right now it's frozen. But yeah, more like an inspiration. It's just like if at some point, like when I do something, I get like stuck, and I'm just like, oh man, I don't know where to go from there. You know, I'll just like take a quick look. So usually it's I use like this thing more as inspiration. So before I start sculpting, I'll just like even if I saw like this image like so many times, I will just like browse around it and then look at it on all the part and then just put it on the side and yeah, I'll just like continue sculpting and automatically it feels like it's in. I don't know if it's just me or if you guys got the same feeling, but yeah, sometimes like I'll just do that, and just like my memory will remember something, but it's not exactly like it is, like from the reference page, and I think that's where like something amazing happens. It's just like you start creating something that got you're inspired, but it's not really the same thing, and sometimes it becomes so far away from what it was before, or you just do like some kind of mashup, and and it became something completely different. So I'm just gonna save like a real save before I go further because yeah, since my computer is starting to be like way too old to do this thing, I'm still like amazed that I'm able to sculpt and stream at the same time. But yeah, I just want to save just in case it crashes, and I don't want to go like through this like once more with you guys. So you'll fall asleep or something. So cool, Chris. You managed to stay alive during all this time and not fall asleep. I guess that's a good sign. But I guess you're the only one. So what are you guys working on? I mean, not just Chris, but everyone in the channel. You guys are working like on a sci-fi project, on a character, on a gun, whatever. Let's extract again. Yeah, no, yeah. I get that. I get that you can't say which professional project you're working on, but I mean, as a personal projects, because you're doing personal projects, right? If you don't, then you should. I think that's a healthy thing to do, like as an artist, because sometimes even working on a big game and all, like it's as good as it sounds. Like sometimes it's not your expectation are not like always reach, and of course, like sometimes like any other job, you get some frustration. So doing your stuff like from time to time, I think that's a good relief, and it's just it I think it's a good reminder as well of on why you're doing this, like this job, or you kind of you know, I would say like get back in touch with your passion, which I think it's always good to do. Okay, so I'm gonna zero mesh this. Yeah, but what is it? What's your personal project? Can you say it? Is it like sci-fi? It's you're doing a pirate, or everybody wants to do a pirate. I want to do a pirate. So since I added like some parts, I'm just gonna remove them. Did it work? I wish the trim like this would work in symmetry, but yeah, it doesn't. Once more, I will be using symmetry, so if I remesh this, I'm just gonna delete this first just in case. Yeah, I wonder if I'm just gonna, yeah, no, I think I'm gonna wait. So yeah, sorry, I'm like talking to myself. I'll go like with this in symmetry. Everything that looks like kind of messy, I would rather cut it out so it won't mess up my zero mesher. let's zero mesh this. Oh yeah, that's cool. Cyber Arts, you're actually making a wonderful substance, and you know, since I've been like starting to use like a substance like in beta when I was like on Rainbow Six Siege, and man, since then I completely felt in love with that software. And right now, like I'm kind of like polishing my skills at Substance Designer, which yeah, I think it's phenomenal what you can achieve with that those two softwares. Yeah, one of the art station challenge that I kind of missed out, and you know, I think that was like pretty cool. Was the cowboy one, the western, like kind of a I don't know, like Mini did like some kind of cyborg western, and since I'm like hugely into Westworld, I just felt that was like kind of pretty cool. Like many great concept came out of that. Oh yeah, that's cool. So yeah, the stream is about to finish. I hope you guys didn't fall asleep and it was like still a little bit like entertaining. Um, Once again, I'll be like continuing on this model, you know, during the week on my channel. So if you guys wanna say hello and check everything out with me, of course you'll be welcome to do so. And what else? Yeah, if you want to keep up with my updates and stuff like that, you can always like reach me, like I've said at the bottom. Like there's the links in my website. And yeah, outside of that, that's pretty much the piece we got like for today, which is, by the way, like someone asked like earlier what it was. It was just like, you know, this top part on, you know, this top part on the knee. So I know like I'm kind of you know, in 1 hour and a half while talking, I'm like kind of really slow. I must say. And yeah, it's at some point I'm hoping to get my speed up to, you know, um, regular speed. But yeah, in the meantime, that's pretty much the speed that I'm going at. So bear with me, guys. And yeah, I'll just like take this, you know, after the stream. That alarm every time. I need like to change it, because even for me it's just like, oh man, it's so annoying, and it scares people off. It's, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I will just like take that piece, bring it back over there, and once again I'll just like continue over and over again. And yeah, like one bit that I can't wait to start, but once again, like I don't want to like jump into things too quick, but it's like all that clothing that I will be like refining it at some point. But I need like really like to really find out all my measurements for the legs to be sure like everything is at the right proportions. And yeah, like I can show you like the rest of the sculpt if it doesn't crash. Yeah, I still got many parts left. I don't know if I do this, will it? Yeah. So you guys can like see where I'm going with all of that. So yeah, it's definitely a challenge for me because it's, you know, it's in pose. And yeah, I got like that bad hand that I need like to fix. But yeah, basically it's, and the whole concept of this is actually you know, well, first of all, like this sculpt, like you can see, like it's so heavy. It's I'm working in multiple Z tools. And I'm I got like a big monster underneath, and basically the concept of this character is just like that. She got like, it looks like a backpack, but it's more like kind of a something like with tentacles that stick out. And basically she got like those claws, which if you look closer, they're, maybe I'll isolate. They got like wires in them. I'm still, you know, I still working out on the design, and that's just like a first pass. But still, it's basically like, you know, Venom would go through it, and since she's like a cyborg, um, and I did like the whole helmet and then another scene because I'm gonna do like swap outs for heads. Yeah, basically like Venom would be like inside of her, so that's why like I'm started like to do, there's the whole concept around it. And but you know, they got like those flower kind of shaped exhaust just under her breast, which would probably like, you know, all the fumes from the poison would come out through those vents. And that's why like she got um, vents like on the side of her leg as well, because like, you know, all that gas would come out. And you know, I got like I'm gonna work on another one in front, so a lot of vents just to I guess make the air circulate through her. And at the same time, I wanted it to be a really kind of agile character. That's why I like the pose. I was like trying to reflect like some kind of dynamic pose. Still like it's, yeah, I need like to do quite a bit like on the lower leg part of that character. But yeah, it's just like it's uh, it's pretty much that. So yeah, slowly but surely, and you know the whole another thing you can notice like those zigzag, it's clearly like some kind of design cues from what I did with the sleeve. And yeah, and for this, like I don't know, but like for right now, I'm trying like to stay away from Marvelous. I know the software well, but yeah, it's just like for speed wise and all, like it's. I think my computer would just die if I would be using Marvelous on this. So and yeah, and since it's a ZBrush stream, then I would rather like stay in ZBrush. So yeah, so this is it. So thanks a lot for being here. I mean, I hope like I'll see you around. And yeah, next week's gonna be the last stream for 2 months. So I hope you guys take care, and I'll see you soon. Thank you guys, and bye bye.